Howdy y'all, Kevin here again. Want to talk about Mullein a little bit today. What we're actually going to do is make a tincture. This will carry through this method to any type of tincture you want to make, so let's not dwell too much on the fact that I'm making Mullein today. Let's concentrate more on that I'm making a tincture. Okay, a tincture is very simple. It's basically an ingestible alcohol, and you are going to float your herbal material in that for a set amount of time, and basically that's really all there is to it. It only takes a couple of minutes to learn how to do this, so we're not going to dwell on it too much. I've got some of that Mullein. This is not the stuff that we picked the other day. This is the stuff that I already had hanging back there. It's been drying for a while. The stuff we picked the other day, going to be the same thing. Once it dries out, we can do this the same way. All I've done is crush this up a little bit. You can crush this up as fine as you want to. Doesn't really matter. And I've got this jar almost full, and I'm just using some cheap vodka. You want your alcohol to be, like I said, ingestible, so you can use it internally, externally, however you need, and of 80 proof or above. You don't really need to go much above that, but 80 proof is the bottom. So basically, I'm just going to pour this vodka in here. Almost out. I already made one tincture today. That's really all we want to do. I have already labeled my jar lid. What you really want to do is write what's in your tincture and the date you started it. Get this lid on nice and tight. I want to cover it, and we're going to turn this over, and we're going to turn it back over. Now, normally if you were making a tincture that you were going to store someplace out in the open, on a kitchen shelf or something like that, you'd want this to be a dark jar. This is a clear jar, so I'm going to store it where it's not going to get direct light. And every day for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to come in here and turn this one day. Now, what'll happen is this. Hello. This herb will soak up some of that alcohol, so I'll come back and top that off over the next couple of days to make sure my herb stays pretty much covered with free alcohol. And that's really all there is to it. Once again, we'll talk about Mullein just a little bit, but like I said, don't get hung up on that, because any tincture you're going to make exactly the same way. Mullein is primarily used for respiratory type stuff, flus and coughs and things like that, but it's also been used for a lot of other things over the years. It's that generational knowledge thing that you'll hear me talk about from every once in a while, especially those of you who have sat in one of my plant classes. It's been used from everything from tuberculosis to tonsillitis. There's some suggestion that it's good for cancer. We don't know anything like that, and the pharmaceutical companies aren't going to say it because Mullein grows wild everywhere. So here's the disclaimer. I'm not telling you that this will actually cure anything. I'm not telling it'll actually help you detect any illnesses you have. I'm not telling you any of that stuff. All I'm telling you is Mullein has been used for hundreds of years, if not thousands, by folks to treat a little bit of everything. And it's all parts of the plant. Flowers are used for some things, leaves are used for some things, roots are used for something, and as we go along, we'll get into all of that stuff. But basically what I want you to take away from this today is how to make a tincture. It is dry herb covered in an ingestible alcohol, 80 proof or higher. You're going to turn that over once a day. All right, or twice, or however many you want. Once minimum a day for at least the first 2 weeks. It takes about 2 weeks for the alcohol to extract enough of the medicinal properties out of the plant material for it to be medicinally effective. Now it's already pulling stuff out of there, but up to about 2 weeks, it's pulling more and more out of there, and it's most folks say it's most effective after 2 weeks. Some tinctures take longer, some tinctures take a really long time, but anything after 2 weeks, you're getting some good properties out of that. And once this gets to 2 weeks or a little bit more, I'll show you how to strain that, and we'll bottle it off into regular little tincture bottles. And back with you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I don't know how far this is going to go, to be perfectly honest with you. Right now it's taking a lot of my time because I'm really not good at this video stuff. So as long as I can keep educating y'all and y'all keep enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. I'd like to eventually get this into a money-making kind of thing like my buddies, but I'm really not in all that much of a hurry. I retired from the Navy in '95, and I retired from the phone company a year ago, January, and I'm kind of just doing this because it's what I like to do now. Of course, I haven't really looked at my retirement account since all this COVID stuff's been going on, because I know the stock market took a huge hit, so I'm not even going to look. They say you don't lose money until you actually sell, so I'm not even going to look. My finance lady hasn't called me, so I guess I'm doing all right. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see y'all in the woods. Now we'll see if I can actually hit the stop button without turning the camera on.